welcome everyone to another episode of Warmup. I'm gonna make this real quick because apparently my intros take too long.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
I'm just gonna keep it.
Bus.
I'm gonna keep it very short and sweet. We're here every Wednesday. Check us out. We talk about sports, current events, and things in between. Check us out. Well, you know what? Everything else is in the bio, descriptions, social medias. Hey, yo, please give us a like, give us 5 stars. It'll help us with the algorithms, or help us get pushed up, get more viewers on us. And how fast was that? Was that good enough for you, Mr. Deuce?
Hey, Chris,
they don't even know your name. My name is Chris Smart.
It was just
My name is Chris Smart. Bam, Chris Smart.
It was just a recommendation, man.
No,
I feel like, you went at it. Okay, it was better. It was better. It's an improvement.
That's fine. Next episode, whenever that will be, I want you to go ahead and lead the charge. Show me.
I could never
Show me.
step into your shoes, bro.
I know that, but show me better. I know that, but show
Your
me
shoes
better.
they're too small. They're too small. But
They're number one. They're limited edition, and only one made. So no, you cannot fit into these shoes. But that's okay. It's no big deal. It's just the fact that I took what you said constructively, and I be ready.
I don't think that's constructive, bro. When you think about constructive, you think about the definition of that. I think you did the polar opposite, right? But it's cool. It's cool.
I took it constructively, and I integrated, implemented your feedback.
And you chopped that thing up, man. All right.
We here. It's not 5 minutes. You see, only 90 seconds. So, bam, improvement. So, anything else you want to add?
Keep you from wheezing at the end of that long intro, man. So I was
just mad because you guys couldn't do it. No. Go for it though. It's all good. Next week we got you. So, anything else you want to add about why we're here?
Hey, I'm good, man. I'm solid.
Okay. Awesome. Man, shout out to Apple. Apparently, if you guys haven't, I'm about to post that too. So if you did
Were you recording that?
Oh yes, definitely.
You a hater, bro.
Yo, definitely.
All right. So first of all, just for context, Apple, we're slow getting into the game. We're slow getting into like new arenas now. But when we do it right, because it takes time for perfection. Android and all the other people, they jump in half-hearted and it's all crappy, right? But we take time to perfect it. So the guys have been on me about my crappy video feed, trash sound. I hear it all the time. So finally, Apple stepped up. I'm using the webcam. I'm using my phone. I didn't have to go out and buy a separate device. I'm using this $1,000 iPhone Max as a webcam, because it has a very good camera built in, which allows me to plug up a mic that I hope when I hear the video on the end, which Chris posted, it sounds better. So it took me a second to figure it out. Had to upgrade the iOS on the Mac, had to upgrade the iOS on the phone, had to get some YouTubes like everybody else does. But guess what? I figured it out, and Chris is just upset because he doesn't have a...
Oh, you're breaking up. You're breaking up. Say that again, because what now?
Because you don't have a streamlined setup like this. What are you using, like a Hero? What are you using?
I'm using
Hero 2? Hero 1? Original OG?
A 4K camera.
So is this?
Okay. Well, yeah, I just gave you an answer.
Okay.
I didn't need.
What kind of 4K? What
do you mean? What kind of 4K? A 4K camera.
What's the brand?
Why does it matter? No, what?
I'm curious, man.
If I said Logitech, would it make a difference?
I mean, Logitech is reputable, man. It's okay, bro.
If I said Razer, would it make a difference?
It's okay, bro. Hey, Logitech works.
If I said Alcon, if I said Dell, if it doesn't matter, as long as you can understand what I'm saying through my dedicated mic, and you can see me in a very clear picture as my 4K camera captures.
Cool. Actually, you can back up from the camera a little bit if you want to, because you're jacking up my whole screen. Hey, I just, this is wireless, man. It just works. It's seamless.
Did it? Okay. Yep. Well then, how about this?
Once I upgraded and did
how about
figure out how to jumpstart it, man.
How about this? I share with the folks.
No need to do that, bro. That's pre-pod information, bro.
Oh well, you know what? Sometimes we gotta give a little bit of the behind the scenes action to let people know the amount of effort it takes.
Like Trump said, I said off the record, like Trump said.
Oh, okay. Then he said off the record. I meant to take those fouls. That's messed up.
You know, I used to be able to downgrade this when I was president, but now I can't. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? But look at Millie. Millie did this. Look at these documents, top secret. Look at that one.
Oh,
Flip the page.
Oh man, hilarious. Anything else you want to add? I mean, we're 5 minutes in now, so the minutes, the time that I say, you took it up talking about how Apple
you
does
were all
things.
part of this whole exchange here, man. I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, I'm good. Let's go. Let's run it.
Cool. All right. Well, hopefully you like it. Give it 5 stars. Tell a friend. We jump right into the topics of sports. This is what we do. First things first, man. NBA season, off season, man, it's already wild, man. Like, look, man, we ain't even got nothing signed yet, but we already got some promissory notes. Washington and Denver and Warriors and Grizzlies and Celtics. Kuzma, really? I don't think anyone cares.
Super Saiyan or non-Super Saiyan?
Well, you know what? It remains to be seen. It depends. If it's back in LA, he may have to go Super Saiyan again, because you know Kylie Jenner or someone may be down there. Yeah, he just wants attention. You know, so
yeah, you're right.
But yeah, so we talked about the little bit of the trades that happened so far, but we're gonna talk about right now the NBA draft. The NBA draft came and went. I think it was as expected. I think I think it had like first time in NBA history 2 twins went in the top 5, same year. So congrats to them. I forget the name off the top of my head. I know their name both start with an A, but yeah, you know. That happened, and again, obviously, the easy number 1 overall pick was Victor Wembanyama. I think that's the next generational talent, so to speak. The next person who's going to become the next great best thing, and he is going to the San Antonio Spurs, who for the second time in their franchise, I think they almost did this twice in history. Draft a center first round.
When was David Robinson drafted? He had to be a first round.
Well, number one overall. I mean, number 1 overall. Okay. The first one was Tim Duncan. This is the second one.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So it's going to be in Greg Pop's camp. He's going to have the array of alumni.
Did Pop not retire?
No, he's not retiring. No time. He still enjoys the game.
He can't. Yeah, he got it. I finally got somebody. He's sipping back, sipping on his red wine, enjoying the show. Yeah.
This is what we traded DeJounte Murray to make sure that we are in pole position.
DeJounte Murray tanked. I can't say he tanked Atlanta. I can't put that all on him, but it didn't work out the way it looked on paper.
It didn't. And it wasn't his fault. I think it was just they just don't have the right mix of players. And so, you know, it happened. I think there's people who took a step back. There's people who did not take a step forward.
There's some people who just stepped off the stage completely.
Yeah. So, you know, it was a struggle for Atlanta, but hopefully they can figure it out. I think they're trading everyone except for Trae Young right now. So I think John Collins just got moved. And
yeah, I think I saw something about that too.
And so yeah,
because he's been in the trade room for like a decade and he hasn't even been in the NBA that long.
Yeah, well, you know what? Sometimes life comes at you fast. So you know that's the way of the NBA. So, but anyways, Victor, he's officially an NBA player. He's going to be dressed up in silver and black, and I don't mean the Raiders, which is probably a good thing for him. And
he'll have a career.
Everyone. May have some success. So yeah, you know, let's talk about him for a little bit, man. Number 1, do you think this guy's going to be as big as they say he's going to be? No pun intended.
We're talking about a dude. I know we talked about this pre-pod, man. This is physical. I think standing up, his hands up, right? It's 9+ feet. It's 9+ feet, bro. He doesn't even have to jump to block shots. He has a freaking 7-foot wingspan, and then he's 7'4", right? Mm-hmm. Physical beast, and he's got to be the quickest big man out there. Can you think of a big man quicker than him?
Quicker than him?
quicker. Not necessarily faster, but quicker. I know we talked about his lateral speed. I think his only competition.
I would say Kevin Durant.
Kevin and Giannis.
Giannis, yeah. Giannis is, yeah.
He's 7 foot area range.
Yeah, he's a 7-footer. I would say that he's at the same height as Lopez. I think he's 7'2". So he's not.
Yeah.
He's either 7 foot or 7 foot close. 7'2".
7 foot close. I like that. So as big, I think he's coming in. He's like this comp to me right now is what we talked about, Kevin Durant, and Kevin was a franchise changer for OKC, Seattle Supersonics, and then OKC. I think Victor has the same intangibles. He has a shot that he's steadily developing, getting better. And unlike Kevin, unlike Giannis, he's coming from a pro league. Granted, the French league is not even the number 2 basketball league in the nation. I mean, in the world. But it's a pro league. They have former NBA players. He's been playing against prospects and competitions that's better than the NCAA can produce. So because of that, because of his mindset, his work ethic, I think he's gonna, at the least, a franchise changer.
Yeah, he's gonna change the franchise. Now I don't know if they're gonna be for a positive or a negative long term, but I do think he's definitely going to change something.
What's the negative? Why you think he'll change for the negative? What's holding you back?
So he's 7'5", and I'm trying to think people who are comparable to his height. Yao Ming was pretty big, right?
No problems. Yao Ming was, dude. Shaq gives Yao Ming flowers.
Yeah. And I mean, Yao Ming was good. I like Yao Ming, but yeah, he was tall. Sean Bradley was tall. Bobo. Yeah, he's pretty tall.
I forgot about Bobo.
Taco Falls. Like, there are people who are.
So, okay, all right, let's go with that. Taco Fall, he's not even bring him into the conversation, man. He's a fan favorite. His skill set, he had an opportunity. I don't think he could shoot. I haven't seen him with a jumper, right?
No.
And let's go with Bobo. I like the Bobo comp because I've seen Bobo do he has some footwork. He plays on the perimeter. He has a shot. Definitely looks skinnier than Wemba. So what does Wemba have that Bobo doesn't?
Handles.
To your question, handles. Yeah. So Wembanyama has handles. So do you think because of that can make him better? That can like overpower your criticism?
Yeah. Look, I think he's going to do just fine in the NBA. I don't know if he's going to be a generational talent that people are expecting him to be, considering, number one, aside from LeBron James, I don't think anyone who was touted that big actually lived up to the hype. If you want to say Shaq, maybe. If you want to say Ewing, if you want to say Tim Duncan, I can give you those. I just, but there's also been a lot of people who went first round. Ben Simmons, I'm looking at you. Generational talent, the next LeBron James.
But Ben didn't have a shot. Ben, I think.
You did LeBron.
And I hate how people. Nah, that's why he got swept his first championship. The Spurs said, "We're gonna let you shoot, bro. We're not checking you. We're giving you the Westbrook treatment."
Wow.
They did Westbrook before Westbrook, man. But okay, ouch. I'm not taking the Wembanyama the slander, man. I'm not gonna say he's gonna go out like Bobo, because the dude's coming in with a shot.
Yeah.
Those other cats like LeBron, he made it through. LeBron's in the conversation for GOAT. I think it depends on your age, when you came into basketball, whatever. We won't go there. All he was lacking was his shot, man. Wemba doesn't have LeBron's physical build, right? But he has that shot and he has a skill set.
Yeah.
Like, dude, name another prospect his size came in. Like, even Porzingis.
Porzingis?
Listen, I'm trying not to call him Pretzel. He didn't come in like that, but he was called a unicorn. He had a shot, but he didn't have his mobility.
Yeah, and he's injured. The dude has an injury history. So, like, is Victor going to come in and is he going to put up a decent amount of points, 20, 25 points a game? I'm sure he will. I don't doubt that he's going to be able to not be productive. Like, I think he's going to be just fine on that part. I think once you get, because he's so slender, I don't know if that, number one, it's 82 games. That's something that I don't think in France they play 82 games. So the back-to-backs, they don't do 4 games in 5 nights anymore, but 4 games in 6-7 nights, that's still gonna be kind of heavy on you. He's gonna have to get used to getting back up on the back-to-backs and doing all that stuff. Hopefully he doesn't have any injury on the lower extremities, anything that's not like anything that's lower than his his chest, right? I think it'd be like, I don't want him to have any back issues, don't have any hip issues, knee, all the way down to his toes, in which, again, a lot of the people who are his height do have issues with eventually, if not, sooner. Hopefully, it waits until he's in his twilight years, but, that's a thing that happens. I do agree that he does have a better shot. He has skills like a wing player. Like, if you look at some of his highlights show he has a step back. He could shoot off the dribble. He has a good post game. He can dribble the ball. He looks like a slower Durant to me. Like, if you see Durant dribble or play ISO or whatever, Durant has the lateral movement to get by a person, with his dribbling, and so I don't see that same level of left to right lateral movement. But maybe he won't need it. I don't know if he will or if he won't, and I don't know how he's going to measure up against like the physicality of other players until he starts playing against those players.
I think with that, man, it's going to be Durant is that's his path, right? Because Durant couldn't lift like a quarter in the bench press, a quarter. Yeah, he came. I don't think he can now, but as he's shown everybody, all the naysayers, he doesn't have to do that, man, because his skill set, he's not down there in the paint, not on the offensive side. No, he played with Golden State. He was in the paint for defense to deter shots. Still, you can post him up, whatever. He's still long, lanky. He can affect your shot. So I think if they use Wemba like that, which he can be, just not as sharp as far as shooting the ball, he can make that happen, man. We talk about a guy that led the French league in shots, points, blocks. I don't know about sales, at least points and blocks. A professional league, man. That's nothing to just sneeze at.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. Go ahead.
With Pop coming back, come on, man. The knowledge you could drop on him. I think the question that we talked about before, how do you structure a team around Victor? Because dude, just his body takes up space on the court, right? He's a big dude.
Yeah.
So you're going to need another big to man the paint, defense, rebounds, because I don't know if Victor's going to get that.
Yeah. I think that'll be a little hard for him. Again, I think he likes to play. I don't think he likes to play under the basket. I think he likes to play mid-range and outwards. I think you would probably get another player to, help with clean up the misses and things like that. And yeah, again, that's so again, it goes back to the things I'm concerned about. If he gets if you put a big man in the paint, what does that say about your defensive limitations or capabilities? Because I'm sure they're gonna try put this guy in a high pick and roll and see how he handled that. And I don't know if he's fast enough to laterally contain I'll just say Steph Curry or Chris Paul. Chris Paul ain't
Steph is shifty.
Yeah. So like if you get the switch on him and you got to play him on the perimeter, he does have the length to kind of to mess with the shot.
His recovery's gonna be quick. Yeah.
But what if you know, what about him being able to contain him from getting into the paint? And I don't know that, because sometimes it's not even about getting into the paint and like finishing. Sometimes it's about positioning. And if once you get, you know, outside a person's hip, a defender's hip, well, now you're in control of where he goes. And you know, like Chris Paul, for example, he loves to do that whole like, you know, jumping up, knowing the guy's going to like, you know, run into him. So, you know, again, I don't know. I mean, look, he's a rookie. He's gonna have all the rookie mistakes that happen. So I'll probably be a little bit harsh on him. But like, you know, can he learn from that? And I think that's really the big question is, can he learn from those things? He's gonna be put in situations where he's going to have to resolve it pretty quickly in order for him to continue to be effective. And so, and this kind of sucks with him being on his first team, but you know, I do worry about his, like you mentioned, the roster construction. I do worry about his health and his ability to sustain himself for 82 games. And again, just like, you know, how is it that you're going to, like, you're a generational talent? Are you, what are you? Are you going to be the Kevin Durant? Are you going to be something else? We may not even know. Like I said, he may be a whole new archetype. But, you know, like I said, it's one of those things I'm just hesitant on. Most first number one draft picks, I'm usually just like ill or yay. Derrick Rose, Kyrie makes sense to me. Allen Iverson made sense to me. Even like LeBron made sense to me. I didn't understand Andrew Bogut. I don't know why he became number one.
I don't. That was, I gotta go back and look at the Bucks team construction to see why, because I think what they did, they picked out a need and not the best talent in the draft.
Well, that was stupid. So
of course, everybody says don't do that.
Yeah,
I gotta look at the construction of the team back then. That was weird too.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, there are some players. Ben Simmons was one of those people who I was like, yeah, I think he would be okay because of his athleticism and his height, but he just never could get a shot. Like, bro, like, you've been in the league for 8 years, you still can't shoot a free throw. That's a problem. So, you know, I even understood Ben. There's some, you know, the Blake Griffin I didn't understand. I mean, I know that draft was kind of weak, so maybe that was why, because it was Blake Griffin. No one even cared about who number 2 was. Yeah,
I mean, I think Blake lived up to it. It was shorter than what we wanted, but Blake was crucial to Lob City.
Yeah, so
he was Lob City.
Yeah, and I could see that, but when people talk about number 1 overall, it's like, oh, what they always use generational talent. Bro, this is almost like saying gourmet at this point. Like, everyone's a generational talent. Every number 1 pick.
Everybody can't be.
Zion was supposed to be a generational talent. Like, no.
Watering down the word. It's not. Can you get like somebody that's gonna make my franchise better?
Yeah.
I think that's what you need to settle down on.
Yeah.
And I think Wemba's gonna be that. And to like some of your points, man, dude, he's gonna hit him with the. You can get past him. He's gonna hit you with the Reed Richards, man. That dude is gonna stretch out, recover, and bother the shot at least. I think guards got to get used to his length and athleticism to adjust for that, man. The Spurs, it's the same brain trust that gave us, Manu, Tony Parker, Duncan. They just haven't had anything to build around since then, especially after the Kawhi thing blew up in their face. Yeah. Right? Caught them off guard. Yeah. So I have faith in them building a team around him once they see what they have. So I can see that happening. And generational talent, yeah, you're right. He's a physical phenom. If he can stay healthy, maybe this is the guy. When they were saying Zion, I didn't see it just because he plays like a big man, but he's short to be a big man. And when we say that Charles Barkley was a generational talent, Charles was great, but he was short to be a big man. You know? Yeah. So it makes it more difficult. That's why I didn't see it with Zion. Or anybody else since LeBron. I can't think of somebody else that they said. Derrick Rose was special. Yeah, Derrick Rose was special. I did not see it with that. I did not see it with Markelle at all. Yeah, trying to think. Markelle Fultz number 1. Who was Jabari Parker? Did he go number 1? No, he went number 2. Who went before him?
Was it? No, it wasn't Embiid. I think there was Anthony Davis went in that same round.
Was he number one?
That same year? I think Anthony Davis.
AD. I still think AD's playing beneath his talent. I still think he's playing beneath his talent.
Why?
I feel like there's another level in AD. The Lakers run, I think we saw it. I think we saw it when they put Portland to sleep that year. When it was him and Drew Holiday. That was a special AD. I think that's him. I think his thing is he's not made to run like that. I know people question his engine, but you got to think about all the injuries this dude suffered. So I think he's learning how to moderate himself.
Yeah. But I'm going back and looking at this stuff, bro. Like, yo, since LeBron, Dwight Howard, makes sense. I think he was generational. Andrew Bogut, ill.
No.
Andrea Bargnani, I remember him. He was okay. Not number one, but that's fine.
No.
Greg Oden, he never got to play, so I can't really rule him.
I didn't. Who was Greg? It was supposed to be Greg. Who was the other guy in that draft?
Greg Oden.
It was somebody else that I liked them. I didn't like Greg because even at UConn, all I saw was defense.
He's from Ohio.
Was it Ohio State, not UConn?
Him and Mike Conley play on the same team.
Okay, Ohio State. All I saw was defense.
He was good as he was a good 1-2 punch. I think he would have been okay as a traditional big man in the NBA, but unfortunately what happened was he had a knee issue, right? But number two was Kevin Durant.
That's right. Yeah. And Portland could have had it. Anyways, that's another conversation.
Yeah.
All right. What were the other number ones?
Other number ones. Oh man, Derrick Rose, Blake Griffin, John Wall. I thought he was overrated. And I think he lived up his height though. I think wherever he was, this is what he was. He was just a fast point guard. He can score off the dribble, but like he didn't have any other skills outside of that. Kyrie Irving after that, which I understood. Anthony Davis. I think there was a year that was it the year that Joel Embiid, or was it called Anthony Towns? It was one of those because they both came out of Kentucky, so I always forget. But anyways, Anthony Bennett after that, wash. Andrew Wiggins, trash. Let's see.
I gotta go back and look at his college tapes, man. I gotta see why they did that.
Who?
Because I know now it's a no. But I got to go back and look at his old footage.
Who? Ben Simmons?
Why at that time?
Andrew Wiggins? Who you talking about?
Wiggins.
Oh.
Wiggins.
It's all about...
I mean, we know now it's a no, but I want to see what they saw.
Yeah. So, but yeah, after that, Karl Anthony Towns, Ben Simmons, Markelle Fultz, DeAndre Ayton, Zion.
Number one?
Oh, yeah. He came out of Arizona. And
no wonder why they're so pissed off at him.
Yeah. Zion.
Oh, man.
Then Anthony Ant was Big Ant, and then Kate Cunningham was the last one for the Pistons. So I'm just like, I don't see any generational talents here. Maybe Anthony Davis, Kyrie, Dwight, maybe. But
yeah, Dwight had a run. What Dwight did was special.
Derrick Rose.
Orlando tenure.
Before he got injured, Derrick Rose.
Right, he was unstoppable, man. But after that, like, I like Anthony, I like Ant-Man, but he's just he's a really, really dominant scorer. Generational talent.
I feel like he's still not yet, but number one, I think because he's with Minnesota, that's part of the problem. Number two,
true.
I do think I saw a little bit of accountability and responsibility with Pat Bev was there that year, where he started to try to like step up to the plate, become more of a person. And again, maybe this is probably a little bit credit to Andrew Wiggins. He was also with the Minnesota Timberwolves. Maybe they're just not the best culture fit for young developing stars as of right now, because anyone who goes through there, like Cat seems kind of soft. Andrew Wiggins seems very apathetic. Even Ant looks good, but he has a tendency to be passive too. Especially this year, we saw a lot of his ability to be passive. Like if you just double team him and get the ball in his hand, he doesn't really do anything else.
But he did complain about the spacing when they got Rudy. It just clogged up his lanes.
That too.
And then when Rudy was out, he attacked more. But I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe that's more of the city / organization than the actual talent that they're bringing in. They just don't really. They're not really good at developing talent like that. But I do think I've seen some sparks again, some glimpses of Ant being a really being that go-to guy. A very strong number 2 can be a number 1 on someone's team if he continues. But yeah, I really want to. I kind of just want to put the asterisk next to this that says maybe the T-Wolves' fault more so than it is.
Yeah, I think because they had some talent. Wiggins, not a guy to lead your team, but definitely can be a part of a championship winning team. Cat, K-Love, they had the big ticket and couldn't do anything with him.
Oh yeah. They got out of the playoffs.
That wasn't on Kevin. That was on them.
They had a squad too, but that was just. I think the West was just. Were they in the West at the time, or were they in the East?
Yeah. No, they were in the West. If they were in the East, they would have went. Because the Lakers put them out one time when they had the best team.
Yeah. So they
had
kept
Latrell.
They had Latrell, Sam. I think they had Wally.
Yep. I think Sam had messed up his hip. That's what happened too.
Yeah. I think they were just Look, they were not the best team, and they only got out the first round one time. I think that was that one time, and then they got knocked out by the Lakers. Yeah, so it was just really hard for T-Wolves to make it anywhere.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why they pop bottles when they make it to the playoffs, apparently. So, but
small accolades, man. I got nothing else on Victor, man.
Yeah, man. Good luck. I hope I'm wrong. I hope he becomes a really that transitional talent that people are talking about. Break the mold, become a new prototype or archetype, and I'm okay with it. I don't think I like all of the pressure that they put on him and saying oh, he's this, he's gonna be that, and putting all this just fluffing him up, because he just let the guy work, man. Let the guy play. Let the guy just see
what happens.
Yeah, and then give him the praise. So. So anyways, we'll move on, man, to people who are already vets in the game. Some probably hitting the peak of their career, some on their way out of their respective, platitudes of being one of the best players in the current year or current decade, current generation, I guess you want to call it, 2023. Yeah. So, in more trade news, Marcus Smart, man, pretty much the heart and soul brother number 9 out of Boston, has been traded to the Grizzlies for Tyus Jones. Actually, it was a 3-team deal between the Wizards, the Boston Celtics, and the Memphis Grizzlies. So I think Tyus Jones ends up going to the Wizards, and Marcus Smart ends up going to Memphis. Porzingis is now Celtic. And there's 2 first-round picks that came from Memphis that I was going as well to Boston. So they're doing the whole accruing picks for multiple years thing again. So I don't know what that's about, but that's what they're doing.
Danny Ainge.
Yeah. So and then on the other side of the coast, the CP3, who was the latest member of the Washington Wizards, is no longer a Washington Wizard. Now he is a Warrior, and he's going to be leading the Warriors to another playoff run. So, great job to everyone, all the GMs who have taken part in all of these things. And let me know, what's your thoughts, man? Do you think this is a good trade, a bad trade? Do you think this is going to help elevate the Warriors and help elevate the Grizzlies, and even help elevate the Celtics? I mean, everyone's out here. Everyone's willing and dealing.
Hey, before we go into that, man, something I thought about as you were talking. 3 great guards went through the similar dark alley. Wizards, Houston, Clippers. Paul, Westbrook, Wall.
Whoa. What are you trying to say?
Paul, I think Paul didn't play for the Wizards, but They all were on those teams.
Wow.
I just thought about it as you were saying. I was like, wait a minute. It's because you were listening to teams. It's like, that's weird how these three teams are always in concert with each other. Anyways, all right. So I'm gonna say thus far, as much as it pains me to say this, the winner of this round. We're not talking about the people that we talked about before, the teams like the Bill and to Phoenix and things of that nature. These three trades, the Warriors, Memphis, the Celtics, right?
Mm-hmm.
Out of those three, man, I got to say the winners, Memphis, man. As much as it pains me to say it, I think Tyrese Jones is an excellent floor general. I like the way Memphis plays with him. He gives them an entirely different look from Ja, which messes up other teams trying to game plan for Memphis. You got a game plan for two entirely different teams, really, with and without Ja. And this is not a knock against Ja. Ja is a special talent. Now you got Tyrese Jones light as far as the playmaking. He's not on. I don't think Marcus Smart is on Tyrese Jones level, but you got more big dog bite. You got more big man things for Marcus Smart, right? Big man things, man.
Okay.
And then you replace some of the defense that you lost with
Dylan Brooks.
Yeah, granted, smaller size, but we're talking about a guy that won Defensive Player of the Year. He ain't no chump. At least on big man. Tyrese Jones, I think, was better on guards than Smart is on guards. If you think about Smart and Defensive Player of the Year, it's those wings and bigger players. It's not like it's making Steph Curry, Dame Lillard of the world, the Murrays of the world work harder, right? So anyways, I think the Grizzlies won. What they had going out, I think they replaced it adequately and added some other features. Also, they needed a veteran. Marcus Smart is that guy that's not afraid to come at you and say what's on his mind. So I think they got that. This team desperately needs that. Winners. The Wizards. I mean, not the Wizards. The Celtics. Bruh. You just lost the heart and soul of your team. And on paper, these guys have all the freaking talent in the world. All the talent in the world. And yet, they can't get over there. The one time they make it to the finals, their coach was a bulldog on the sideline. And he teamed up with Smart. And they just unlocked something special within them. Because Tatum's not a go-at-your-throat type dude. Brown's not. Hartford's not. White's not. Porzingis is not. So who's that dog now? Who's that dog? Who's going to rally the troops? I don't know. We're going to see an entirely different Celtics team. It's not going to be, I don't think it's for the better. I think talent-wise, it looks good. I think they like what White gives them at the point guard position more. And they still got Brogdon. They still got Brogdon, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you get more of a facilitator. I think they like that, but you're losing some defense. You're losing heart. And Porzingis, great player. What has he done after April? What has he done in the playoffs?
He hasn't been.
Exactly. Rick Carlisle, who's a great coach, said he can't use them. Look how he used them in Dallas. He sidelined them. He's done better on the Wizards, but are we going to say that you're a good player because you did good on the Wizards? I don't know. Undetermined. And then last, man, the Warriors. This is exactly what we needed, man. We needed to get smaller in order to win the finals. That's exactly what we needed. We needed to get smaller. We look like kids playing against the Lakers, man. I look like kids playing against the older brothers. And now we're going to look like infants playing against some grown men. We got smaller. We got slower. Because you are not going to speed Paul up. Last year, I think the Warriors had they were in the top 3 as far as pace on offense. Phoenix was towards mid of the pack or bottom. Paul is a thing. He's going to just say, he's like LeBron. That's not the Warriors system. It's a motion offense. It's not a Chris Paul offense. I like them saying that he's going to help anchor the second unit, but how is he going to play with the starters? Who was the starters were one of the best offensive units all season last year when they played. That's gonna be interesting, man. I don't like it. I'm gonna say it right now. I don't like that trade at all. Getting rid of Poole, getting off the contract, I understand. Getting Paul back. If they could have got PG somehow, bruh, I would have been ecstatic.
Paul George?
Paul? Yeah.
You mean the guy that you keep saying was in a dark place 4 years ago, and
he's not. Paul George admitted himself he's not a number one. He's not a number one. On the Warriors, it'd be like a 2-3.
A 2-3?
As far as like, not position. I'm talking about
like in
offensive
pecking order.
load.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you say you're not gonna Clay down? Because when Clay and Kevin Durant, you like taking those shots.
Depending on how the game flows, that's why I say a 2-3, because we know how Clay can be. It'd be a 2-3. And I think that will fit Paul great. And we need size. But that's just a dream trade that can't happen anymore. Yeah, I don't like it for the Warriors right now, man. They're gonna have to. I hope they have other trades up their sleeves, man. We'll see what Donovan has. What's your take on it?
So, you did point out that Phoenix had one of the slower paces. They were number 22 in pace. So
I knew it was slow, but I didn't know it was like molasses.
Only people who were slower. Denver Nuggets. Interesting. Denver Nuggets.
Interesting.
Well, I mean, you gotta wait for Jokic to come and set up, and it's a thing. It's a thing, right? The Clippers, the Knicks. Again, you gotta wait for your Julius Randle to make it down the court. Clippers, they ain't even have enough players to make it down the court. Raptors, 76ers again. Embiid,
Joel.
Dallas Mavericks, Doncic, he's slow.
Yeah, Luka he's not speeding that dude up.
And then after that is Miami Heat, and then Cavs. So I don't know. This is from StatMuse, but they're a little slow. They take the time. They take their time, and you know what? I would say, according to this, the fastest paced team was the San Antonio Spurs. I wonder how they're going to look this year.
When you don't play defense, you can be well rested on offense.
Wow. So does it apply to number 2?
I mean, yeah, it does, man. Because
okay.
we're a 50-50 team, man. Our defense left us.
Oh, okay. Because y'all number 2 in the pace. So shout out to Jordan Poole, because I think he was helping push the pace. I think he was the one that was really going down. No. See, this is the thing about y'all, man. Y'all are so fickle, man. You guys love Jordan. Remember last year, the pool party? I swear everyone had a tattoo said pool party on their back. It was so weird. Or the tramp stamp, whatever. Y'all was out here.
Okay.
Y'all was out here pool party all day. I was like, bro, this needs to stop. And then this year, he got a little bit of money, got a little bit knocked out. And then, you know what I'm saying?
According to you, this could cuss the whole season. Which I've never heard that in the history of mankind.
Look, he got... I've never seen a person knock talent out of another player, but
Space Jam.
So
Moonstar is mine. So here's my thing, man. I understand the money wise getting rid of Jordan Poole. I don't like getting rid of him for the talent that he is. I think he just needs to slow down. He needs to understand pace better. Because a lot of the time his turnovers, he was going in 100% to the hole. And I think he shocked himself how quick he got there, or the defensive posture the defense was in. He's like, oh, shoot, I ain't expect you to be there.
Yeah.
I liked his talent, man. He just needed more coaching, I think. They shouldn't have paid him so soon. I wasn't happy with that, but I'm sad that they traded him. I wasn't happy with the trade at all. And was I crapping on Poole in the playoffs? Hell yeah. But I didn't think they were going to trade him.
Yeah, okay. Well, there's other people who I knew who are also Warrior fans who were saying to get rid of Jordan Poole. So now you
need somebody to help take the load off his stuff.
Well, guess
he's the only other creator. So
this is what you got. This is the Warrior fans manifesting their destiny. You got rid of Jordan Poole. You have accrued a Hall of Famer in Chris Paul. So now you can take your time as much as you want to. Chris Paul, I don't know if he's gonna come off the bench or what. I don't even know if y'all gonna be
coming off the bench.
I don't know. Well, you know what? I don't. That's gonna be a conversation between him, Steve Kerr, and Steph Curry. So,
dude, listen. Wait, Clay's coming off the bench.
Hey man,
Clay's not coming off the bench.
Look, I'm not saying. Look, first of all, y'all don't even have a whole starting five yet. So I'm gonna need y'all to get that fixed first.
What you talking about?
Is Draymond
Dre
Green
coming back.
Is Draymond Green signed?
He coming back.
Is he?
Coming
Is he?
back.
So also, okay, let me answer the question because we're getting off the track. We're getting off track. First of all, let me start with the stuff that I want that are very short and sweet. I think Boston Celtics did a terrible mistake by adding Porzingis because guess what? You got another big man, and I don't understand what you're gonna do with him because Grant Williams still there. Robert Williams still there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You lost Marcus Smart. Horford's still there. And you still got Tatum and Jaylen Brown. I don't know. And you lost Marcus Smart. So where you gonna put Porzingis? Because obviously either you gotta start him, or you gotta bench either Horford, Williams, or one of the Williams, which is probably what they're gonna do. And even then,
it's gonna Williams gonna start. Kristaps gonna start. Tatum, Brown.
Either Brogdon or Derek White. Yep.
Yeah, insert one and two. Yeah.
So
put in the situation.
And so now, okay, so that's fine. That's one thing. The second thing is Porzingis is going to do what for your defense?
Oh, runway.
Okay.
Okay, wait, hold on, wait. Didn't he lead the league in blocks though?
Did he?
Or like
Not this year?
I want to say, I want to say, because I remember this Anthony Edwards quote, man. We're talking about Rudy Gobert before back when he was with the Jazz, and Anthony said he's not scared. He's not scared of anyone. He's not thinking about Rudy. He's thinking about Kristaps.
He did say that. That's kind of messed up.
Yeah.
So,
but he wasn't Rudy was on the Jazz at the time.
Yeah.
He wasn't on the.
He was. Well, Rudy was on the Jazz at the time.
Yeah, he wasn't. He wasn't his teammate. Yeah.
Yeah. So he has 1.5 blocks per game. Not his highest. His career high for a season was 2.4 with the Knicks. He averages about 1.5 blocks a game this past couple of seasons. Actually, past 3 seasons. Actually, you want to go ahead and do the standard deviation, past 4 seasons. So he's been 1.5 for the past 4 seasons. So,
but back to your point about Wembanyama, man. When you put him in that washing machine, man, you bring him out in the pick and roll, open space. That's what Boston was so good at defending, because Rob Williams, when his knees are okay, bruh. Who you gonna get past in Boston? You're not. Nobody.
Yeah.
But now they got an opening at the point guard and at center, power forward, wherever you put Porzingis at.
So this could be a potentially good thing for them. It has to work, number one, because now you have 2 people who can create offense off the dribble, and now you have 1 person who can spot up and shoot. And I think that's fine. Use space and pace. Derek White can knock down shots, or Malcolm Brogdon if they're open. I don't think their offense is going to suffer. I think when it comes down to the playoffs, your defense is going to start to show holes and cracks. Yeah. And I just don't trust Kristaps as a defensive, counterweight to Marcus Smart.
He's not.
You lost some of your defensive pressure or presence. And again,
don't forget the hustle plays. Don't forget those smart hustle plays, man. It just changed the game. Yeah. Changed a quarter.
Yeah. I've never seen anything that Kristaps done that has been like an intangible, invaluable technique that he has. He's knocking down a shot, not a problem with that. I don't think he's gonna not shoot or not be able to shoot. The dude is, shooting practically average, average or above average, 38% over the past 3 years or so. Yeah, well, Dallas was he had a really bad year one year, but he averages about
misuse.
Yeah, so but he averages between 37% from 3, and like I said, he averages about 20 points, 20 points a game. He's giving 20, but he's not gonna. Okay, fine, great. You have another person who can score points. That's fine. I just don't.
But was the offense even an issue though? They had
it wasn't
exactly.
So
they're answering the question. They're fixing the problem that never existed.
Yeah. So I just don't see this being a net positive for them. If anything, it'll be a stalemate. They have a little bit more offense, a little less defense, and they're just gonna offset to be about the same. I just don't, unless there's something else that happens, like they pick up someone off the free agency wire, or they do something to plug in the hole of what Marcus Smart is left, and I think that's going to be kind of hard to do. Then we're still at the same place, dude. Eastern Conference Finals, and now you ain't got no heart. So look,
maybe you get there. Yeah.
When Tatum goes cold, I don't know what y'all gonna do. So
this might be the last. We might be looking at the last couple of years of Tatum and Brown. I know people have been saying that, but they've been together this long. They brought success.
Yeah,
we'll see, man. I hope they get another 2 or 3 year run crack at it before they break them up, though.
Yeah. So I agree too, but we'll see. Warriors. I'll get to them last, cause Wizards. I don't know what they're doing. I'm gonna say it like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Good. Tyus Jones, really good in the season. Horrible, non-existent in the playoffs. I would say that last couple of playoff runs, the dude has not been able to find the bucket. All of a sudden can't hit floaters, can't hit open shots. Still doesn't have turnovers, but it's a different player. And I as much as people got on Dylan Brooks, I'm gonna need y'all to have that same ire for Tyus Jones, who was a no-show for 2 straight seasons, playoff seasons.
Yeah, attitude, different attitude.
It's all.
That's the difference.
I know.
It's gonna be interesting to see him and Jordan Poole together. That's gonna be. Ooh.
Hey, so you know what? Jordan Poole ain't got to worry about nobody telling him to not shoot the ball no more. And he can never shoot himself off of a team. So, look, Washington Wizards, man, look, it may be look, that's your showcase time. You already got paid. Go ahead and just play fun, free. Let the chips fall where they may. And
so you're saying garbage time was a team?
Wow. I would not say that. I would not say that Washington Wizards is garbage. I would just say that they are a work in progress. PG
version of garbage. Okay, Chris. All right.
Work in progress.
Keep it PG over there.
So, with the Memphis Grizzlies, I do agree wholeheartedly with the fact that, they did plug a few of the short-term holes. I do think that, number one, shout out to Boston Celtics and the comparison between Marcus Smart and Tony Allen and their tenure going from Boston to Memphis and becoming a staple to that franchise. Also, they both went to the same college as well. So
really,
they both went to.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they both went to Oklahoma State.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So. Okay. Shout out to people who pointed that stuff out. Yeah, I know, right? It's crazy. Like you just the fact that that's a thing, like that someone is able to compare. And of course, like I said, it's always nice to see when someone points it out. But yeah, he went. I'm sorry. Yeah, I said Oklahoma State. Yeah, they both went to Oklahoma State. They both started off in Boston. I think they both stayed for like 8-9 years or so, and then they got traded to the Grizzlies.
But I would say Tony Allen's. I identify Tony more as a Grizzly. Because Tony was there in 2008 when he won, though, right? Mm-hmm. Tony Allen, he was there, yeah. But I still identify him more as a Grizzly. But Marcus is a Celtic. Marcus is a Celtic. Even you think about the Larry Bird teams. I watched highlights of them, right? Mm-hmm. They were dirty, grimy. Mm-hmm. They were not an elegant Showtime team, man. Bird was dirty, man.
Oh yeah,
that's smart. Smart would have fit seamlessly with that team, man.
Of course,
he's a Celtic.
So I mean, I agree with you. I agree, but I would disagree with you about Tony Allen because Tony Allen did the same. Tony Allen he made a name for himself in Boston as being that perimeter dog. Yeah, and that's why Kobe was like, "This is the hardest person for me to have to go against," because the guy he was a student or purveyor of just defense, and he just knew how to play defense so well to the point to where I'm sure it was a young Tony Allen. I'm sure it was really annoying versus older Allen, who was still annoying but not Tony Allen was I think was the prototype if Marcus Smart is what Marcus Smart was or is. So
Marcus just has more offense than Tony did.
I agree. Yeah. I agree on that. So it fixed that, like you said, it fixed the whole veteran, no one in the freaking locker room talking to these young cats. Mm-hmm. That happened, and then you do get better. I mean, look, if you're gonna compare Tyus Jones to Marcus Smart in the playoffs, I'm going to say that Marcus Smart has performed better in the playoffs than Tyus Jones,
hands down,
last 3 seasons.
Down.
So we do get that. We do lose a little bit of that just classic point guard turnover ratio and just setting people up and being kind of that even kill guy. But Marcus Smart can play point guard. So you need to get Josh some time off the floor. He's going to be a good person to kind of plug in. Now, for your starting 5, you probably still going to have Marcus Smart playing even when Ja comes back. He probably just switch over to the 2 or to the 3. And they do the same thing they had with Dillon Brooks. Dillon Brooks was basically he wasn't really a small forward, but he played small forward by position because Desmond Bane is there. So I think, you know, Marcus Smart is going to have the intelligence, the tenacity, the voice, the respect of the players in the locker room as well, combined with Steven Adams to maintain your defensive front and also your defensive anchor. They're both going to be able to play well off each other. I do think it does solve that issue. The only thing I do think that they need to add, or maybe it just needs to maturate, is some of those other players who are still on rookie contract. Zaire Williams, Roddy, big body Roddy. They need to they need to take more ownership of their roles as well, so that now you can mix and match, so you don't have to feel like you're compromising by putting Zaire or Roddy out there. Roddy did really well on the back end of his season once he got stuff figured out. Zaire became, after Jordan Poole, basically magic tricked him out of that game and hit the game winner under the basket. I haven't seen him since. And so, come back.
Here's my question about the Grizzlies. As you talk about the roster, who's your wing defender since Dillon's gone?
So you can put Marcus Smart for now because he can play bigger.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing. If there's multiple people, again, if Zaire or Roddy are able to take more responsibility, kind of round out their skills this off season, the summer, and become more of a well-rounded player. Zaire is supposed to have more ball handling responsibilities, but like I said, the dude just he fell asleep, and also it wasn't just that. He came back. He had a little bit of injury in the beginning of the season. I think he started off the middle of the season with his first game. He wasn't hitting his shots like as consistently as he was his rookie season, and on top of that, now you're a defensive liability. So like now you're not locking the one down, you're not hitting your shots, and you're not being a ball handler. So they set you down. The Roddy became into it, even though he's a rookie, he may still have that sophomore slump. Hopefully he continues to elevate, and he doesn't have that, or it's not as glaring if he does have it. But they still have Chris Lofton Jr. Mm-hmm. I think they finally signed him to a full-time, like a official contract instead of a two-way. He's obviously, the dude can get points any time of the day, and speaking of that, he could probably walk Victor right down under the basket and score all day on him. But well, we'll see. Yet to be seen. So they do have people on the roster that you can kind of fill in, like to kind of guard those long defenders and things like that. You can plug in, like I said, Marcus Smart is a really good short-term solution who can maturate into a long-term solution, but it does require everyone else to pick up their part, right, and be accountable about being good and focusing on small details. So I do think that's good for Marcus Smart. I do think it's good for the Grizzlies. I mean, you gave up 2 rounds. That's gonna be that's gonna sting because they've been hitting it on the lotteries. I mean, on the first round picks. For the past 6 seasons. So we'll see on that, man. Lastly, the Warriors. You know what, you guys? This is the chickens coming home to roost, man. You guys complained.
Update. DiVincenzo just declined his option. He's entering free agency. And DiVincenzo was the key.
That's not a new update. It came out earlier today, but thank you. I always want to mention that, but I appreciate that. So so you don't have a backup point guard. Oh, I'm sorry, you do. Chris Paul.
We do.
Chris Paul.
We got a backup point guard. Yeah.
If you guys don't trade him, you guys can still trade him and get something back for him. So I will say this. if you guys keep Chris Paul, I think it'll be good. If he came off the bench, I think it also would be good. So it'd be good for his career. It'll also be good for longevity in the playoffs. I also think it'll be good to have him close with Steph and Clay on the floor, because now those two don't have to worry about bringing the ball. Well, Steph don't have to worry about bringing the ball up. And they can just basically run picks all day until they get open, or do whatever wacky loop the loops they be doing. They still need to get, man, I was confident y'all gonna get Draymond Green. What's taking y'all so long? That, first of all, y'all still over the luxury tax, about 14 mil, even with the decline. Yeah. He didn't have any bird rights. And on top of that, I don't know what y'all gonna do. Like, I still don't know how you guys are gonna pay Draymond Green. I don't see it.
The only way that can happen, man, is if he takes a longer deal, less guaranteed. It might be more guaranteed, smaller deal but longer, less money but longer, which helps now. I can't even say it hurts later, because these contracts, they get traded. I remember when Westbrook had his contract and Wall was like the worst contract. It gets traded.
Yeah.
It happens. So I'm not gonna say that, but stretch it out. See, it free up some more money, because they got to get more players, man. I think I love Kerr as a coach. I think he's done it. Kuminga's growth, and Moody to an extent, because I think if they have more playing time, maybe this is year 3 for them. They could have been solid players by now, but now we got to find some vets to fill in these gaps. Especially DiVincenzo's out. I knew he was out. He had a good season. But yeah, I don't know what they're gonna get money for to pay Joe Laker, better have open up that safe, baby. Pay him from the side.
Yeah. So Bob Myers, man, well, first of all, I know people are mad at Mike Dunleavy. I ain't mad. Look, he's doing what he needs to do. I don't know what that means. And you know, shout out to Bob Myers. He knew when to get out. He was like, you know what? I ain't got it no more, man. I'm tired of selling my soul to keep y'all alive. So,
bruh, he ain't selling his soul, but the writing was on the wall, man. The money to keep that team together. And he brought those cats together, man. Who is he gonna pick to sacrifice to save the team? He didn't want to be the guy to do it.
I don't blame him.
Too close.
I don't blame him.
Yeah.
So congrats to Bob Myers, man. He knows when to get out of the game. He probably could do something else. He probably go work for Pat Riley or something. You know.
Maybe I can see him be like a consultant, like
Jerry West.
Yeah, I can see him doing that. Like low key, no stress. That's a stressful. Warriors front office. That's a Contenders front office. Stressful.
Yeah, no, I wholeheartedly agree. I don't know how they get even the ability to sleep, because they always they always willing to deal and trying to get stuff done. So yeah, I mean that's my take on it, man. I think the Warriors, I don't know, man. I kind of want to see how it works out, but I also understand the strife that you guys are in, because you guys been just living it up. And you know the market's been bullish, and y'all are just out here buying, and now it's turned to a bear market, and now you guys are crying.
It's not a bear market yet, man. Signs are changing. It's not a bear market. It could be we're plateauing right now, man. Consolidation is what they call it, right? Stagnation, huh? Nah. Consolidation. We either break up or break down. That's what's gonna happen. So Steph Curry is still playing like MVP levels, man. Yeah. And I would hate to see. I don't want Steph's career to end like Kobe's did.
With the Achilles tear?
Lakers didn't have anybody. Oh. Before then.
Okay.
Nash was over the hill. Howard had no back. You know? No knock against them. It's just health robbed them, man. So I don't want it to be. I don't want his career to end like that.
Well, if you come on over to the Grizzlies, man, it'd be good.
Right, nah. Steph's not going. Steph's not leaving the Warriors, man.
I know that, because I mean, obviously y'all freaking, every time he steps outside, y'all start groveling at his feet like he's a freaking prince of Persia or something. But you know, yeah, man.
King of the Bay. He prefers King of the Bay. Go ahead.
King of the Bay. Is that really?
Who else runs the Bay?
E40. E Fonzarelli. Too short?
Nah, Too Short's not in there. I'll accept E40. I'll accept E40. Too Short's not in there.
Obviously, Bob Myers, he just made a bank.
He's not king of the bank.
He made bank on y'all. Joe Lacob?
Made bank, but he's not king of the bank. Not king of the bank.
Well, I don't know. I ain't never heard that with Steph Curry. I ain't never heard anyone call him king of nothing. But, you know.
Well, I mean, of course, you're
I live here.
Somebody can tell you that.
I live here. I live here. Where do you live? Where you live?
I used to stay.
Oh, I used to
stay in East Bay.
In my mama's house.
I used to stay in East Bay. Yeah, I used to stay in East Bay. You stay not too far from where you at now, actually.
You stay where your mama stays.
Just down the road, actually.
Okay. Where you from again?
Where you from?
I'm from where I'm at. So, okay, all right. Hey.
I'm from where I'm from, baby. I'm from where I'm from.
Okay, who's your college football team?
Oh, best football team out there, man.
49ers?
I'm gonna let you think about that. I'm gonna let you think about the question you asked. I'm gonna let you think about the question you asked me and then the answer you threw out.
Because you said best football team ever, so I was like, that's first thing I thought it was 49ers because you said you're from the Bay.
That's not you didn't say best football team out there.
I said I said who's your college football team? I understand the question.
Yeah.
And then you said then you didn't give me an answer. You gave me a description, so I thought the description was the 49ers. Only one that was fitting. Only one that was fitting.
You set the criteria for best college football team.
No, I said who's your
question.
I said who is your college football team?
And I said the best football team. So you set the criteria for college. So my answer, best football team, would thus be in the criteria of college.
Hey man, number one, you didn't answer the question. Number two, when you say best football team, usually I'm gonna go automatically to. Well, first of all, because you said you're from the Bay, allegedly. So, I thought you were talking about the 49ers, man.
I wasn't a 49er dude. I was an Oakland dude.
49ers, the Bay?
I roll with the Raiders.
Okay, now I see why you have a loser's mentality. All right. Anything else you want to say? Anything else you want to say, too?
Oh, man. Hey, we'll see how this offseason unfolds, man. We'll see how this offseason unfolds.
All right, cool. All right, man. Well, let's go ahead and wrap this up there. I'll go ahead and let you off the hook so you don't have to feel like you're sweating under a hot lamp anymore. You look like you're perspiring. And I know all that.
Cool as an ice cube, bro.
I knew all those Apple devices.
Pillow.
All those Apple devices got you burning up. So,
cool as the belly of a snail in Alaska, bro. What you talking about?
All right. Okay. All right, man. What's your trivia knowledge bowl question?
Cooler than Joe Biden's ball spot, man. What you talking about?
Wow. Don't talk about my president like that. Just cause he forgets don't mean he still know he president. He wake up every day.
I just watched some clips of him forgetting a lot of stuff, man. I was just like, man, buddy.
So what, man?
Get these cameras out my man's face. Get these cameras out his face, man.
That's why you have a script. That's how you have a script. Like, bro, you ain't gotta remember. That's why you have a team. I blame the team. I blame the team.
We got the script.
I blame the team.
We got the script. It's like, why do I have this piece of paper?
I need someone to do this. Make sure that follow my eyes right here. Right here. You forget, you start to wonder, take a nap, I'm right here. I feel like this whole team.
Oh man.
All the White House.
Anyways, man, I got something for you. Right? So we're talking about Victor, right? He's 7'3", right? 7'3", 7'4", around that range. What you call it? 7? What did you say?
7'11". 7.
No.
7 foot something. 7 foot close enough.
Yeah, 7 something. Something's close enough. Yeah, 7 close. 7 close. Right. He's 7 close, but on the other side, on the plus side.
Sure.
All right, so there were only been 26 players in NBA history that were 7'3", right?
Okay.
Can you name, out of those players, who had notable careers? Just give me 4. 4 7'3" players that had notable careers.
Man, you got, first of all, the fact that you got to say notable, I don't even know what that even means, what the criteria is for that. But let me give
me 7, just give me 4 names.
I can
if you give me the 4, they're notable.
All right. Yeah, I mean.
1.
Okay. Jorge Murasan?
None of this.
Okay. Manu Bo.
Not on the list.
We're not talking about Bobo, right? We're not doing
The
Bobo.
new Bowl only averaged like a couple of points a game.
Oh, but he was a good defender.
Yeah,
Especially in his early years, and after that it came nothing. Sean Bradley?
No.
You said 7'4"?
7'3".
7'3", 7'4".
Yeah, yep.
Lopez?
No. Not on there.
You said notable careers. Well, I don't know what that means. The Kembe? The Kembe is
solid players.
The Kembe?
The Kembe was one-sided.
He was good. He was a good guy.
It was good. It was good.
See here.
I think about who's the Cavaliers' greatest center?
LeBron James.
I can't. I'm not mad at you for that. The Cavaliers' greatest true center.
Ilgauskas? No.
He's on that. Yeah, Gauskas had. Hey, he had a little career, man.
No one's.
Ilgauskas, come on, bro.
Stop it. The only reason he has a winning record is because of LeBron James.
Hey, yeah. Okay.
Andrew Bynum? No, he was only 7 foot.
Nah.
I'm trying to think of some.
Nah.
Kareem? How tall is Kareem? Kareem is not. I thought Kareem was like.
Nah, he's not 7. Nah, he's not. No. This guy played for the Pacers, back with
Rick Smits.
Rick Smits.
I didn't know he was that tall.
Duncan Dutchman.
Well, anytime you get a nickname, you must be good.
You gotta be.
White Mamba.
No, I don't know. Yeah. I'm trying to think of somebody trash that had a nickname.
Ant-Man. Well, Draymond,
you get a nickname.
Draymond Green didn't have a name, so. Jordan Poole.
Anyways, the other players on the list: Ralph Sampson, Sabonis was 7'3".
Oh, I forgot about
the OG Sabonis.
Yeah. Arvidas.
Yeah. We got him too late in his career. His knees were busted, but he was still a beast. Imagine we got him earlier. And they have Mark Eaton on it. Mark Eaton was good. He was good. I think Phoenix Suns. He was good. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't have got the Samson and Eaton. Actually, I forgot about freaking Sabonis. I didn't know that Sabonis was that tall.
Me either.
So that was a thing. So cool. I mean,
I gotta go back and look at some of those Sabonis Shaq matchups.
Oh yeah, those are fun.
Yeah.
So cool. I like that. That was fun. That was a fun one.
Yeah, I like that fact with Tony Allen and Smart, man. That was tight.
Yeah. I think it was a tweet or something that called out both of their comparisons. I'm sure it's on Bleacher Report, but they
by now,
they talked about it. So I was like, oh yeah. I mean, I already knew that both of them came from Boston to Memphis. I didn't know they went to the same college. So I thought that was interesting. So, but yeah, cool. So yeah, we'll see how that works out, man. Let us know what you guys think about Victor, man. What y'all think if he's going to be a breakout star, generational talent. If he's just going to be a good, utility player, all-star, whatnot. And also, man, what you think about the Marcus Smart and CP3 trade, the Porzingis trade, all of that, John Collins trade. If people want, we can talk about it, but people want to talk about Trae Young. I'm sorry, the Atlanta Hawks. Feel free. It's an open space. We're here. So, let us know what your thoughts are, man. Leave a comment, tell a friend, like, subscribe, I already said that part. We're here. So I don't know when the next episode is gonna be. Are we doing 4th of July recording? Or you got something to do?
Oh yeah, no, I'll be working. We got a 4th of July fest here on Post on the new old Fort Bragg, new Fort Liberty.
Was Bragg racist?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's the only reason they changed the name to something ubiquitous like Liberty.
Yeah, couldn't find anybody else. Liberty.
Oh man.
I'm like a face on Call of Duty, bro. Liberty, Fortnite.
Oh man. So cool, man. I didn't know military or government, whatever y'all call yourselves, man. I didn't know government even celebrated things or worked on a 4th of July, the day of the independence.
No. This This is the ice business.
Oh, okay.
Well, they had a festival
Okay.
on Post. Yeah.
All right, guys, ladies. He's selling ice. So if y'all want some ice, I'll just let you go ahead and plug yourself. Go ahead.
It's Italian ice. Italian shaved ice. That's all it is.
And he's not Italian, so black Italian ice. Probably the only flavor is Kool-Aid. Is red.
Hey, ain't nobody saying nothing about the brothers playing on the Italian national football team. So hey, if they can do it, I can do it too.
Are you on the Italian National Football League team?
I'm selling Italian ice.
Okay. So what? Okay, what flavors? Is it red?
Of course, you gotta have red, man. We got 2 reds.
Okay. All right.
Strawberry and cherry.
Oh, they got names. Is it dark cherry? Is it? Are you guys using Kool-Aid mix or nah? That's what the real question is.
Bro, I can't give you the secret ingredients.
Yo,
man, but hey, best believe it's homemade, man. It's not that. It's better than the store-bought stuff.
At your mama's kitchen? Okay. Well, you know what?
Yeah.
Hey, go ahead and leave your plug. You know, say you can put in the description if you want to. If you guys want to check out wherever he's gonna be, slanging the ice, Kool-Aid ice, then go support black Italians, because apparently he's Italian, but he's from the Bay, but he favorite team
first of all, you added the whole Italian thing to me, bro. Like that never.
Well, you know what?
Never said that.
Well, you said you're selling. Well, then it's not authentic. Then it's. Is it authentic Italian ice?
It says homemade. It says homemade Italian ice.
Is it authentic Italian?
It's not like it's a food recipe, bro. It's not like it's pasta.
Okay, so get y'all some non-Italian ice from a black man who's selling only the flavors is red and red number 2.
Thank you, Tucker Carlson. I appreciate you, man.
I'm just trying to help your business grow. So cool, man. So I guess we're not gonna be recording. So we're not gonna be here next week, but the following week we'll be back on it. I think
we'll be back.
I think. So we'll see. But until then, man, like, subscribe, tell a friend. We're here every other Wednesday now. So yeah. Let us know what you guys think. And until next time we talk, man. Out. Deuces.